Hey, Phil, are you there? I hate to tell you this, but I might not be able to make it home tonight.
Excuse me, you going to be late again? Or are you saying you're not coming home at all? You're staying overnight somewhere?
Yeah, well, it's not decided yet, but the possibility of not coming home at all is pretty certain.
Really? Did your company put out some policy for this winter? It's supposed to get bad today, so unless you're on the night shift, all employees are supposed to leave early because there might be transportation delays or something. Wasn't that what they announced last week?
Yeah, that's what they said, all right, and I was all ready to leave when we got a call from one of our major clients. Apparently they encountered some serious system trouble on their main operating system. The weather is getting bad, but I can't just leave this and go home. We're talking about a major client. We really have to handle it tonight.
Yeah, I suppose it comes with the job, huh? Being a system engineer can get pretty hectic. They're always turning to you when there's even a tiny glitch. Anyway, this isn't the first time. Remember the one last year?
How can I forget that? That was during the big hurricane, wasn't it? That was pretty bad. But this time at least I don't have to go on site. I can do this all remote, but the only problem is I have no idea when this can be solved. We tried several solutions, but it rejected them all. Really not sure what the problem is. Worst case scenario, it may take all night. If, by chance, we find a solution, I can get home, but if not, I may have to stay all night. I'm really sorry about this, Phil. I hope you understand.
No problem. Just don't overdo it or anything. Rest when you can.
Thanks. Oh, yeah. I hate to ask, but could you dump a cup of detergent in the washing machine and switch it on? It's ready to go.
Huh? You want me to do the laundry? You know the dryer's on the blink. Can't hang it out to dry in this weather. Why bother?
Yeah, but just having it washed and ready to dry will save me a lot of time later. I've got to do it any chance I get, or it will just pile up before you know it.
Right. Okay. No problem.
Oh, and could you throw in the kitchen towels and the apron in there too? I forgot to throw those in this morning.
Do we even have an apron? I can't remember using it.
Yeah, I bought it because I'm always on the run, as you know. Didn't want to dirty up my suit in the morning. It saved me the other morning, actually. Splashed egg all over it. I left it on the kitchen table. Forgot to drop it in the washing machine this morning. It's bright blue. I can't miss it.
Oh, okay. I'll check and see later on.
You're doing remote work all day today, right? No change in schedule? You don't have to meet a client later or anything, right?
Yep, that's right. As a matter of fact, I was in the middle of something just now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I thought you were on your lunch break. I'm sorry if I interrupted.
Don't worry about it. After I finish this up, I'm done for the day, so no problem.
Oh, okay, great. So you got the evening free then? All right then. I better be getting back to work. Gotta figure this thing out. If I'm lucky, I can get this done tonight. Wish me luck.
All right, good luck.
Hey, Phil, are you there? Please reply if you're seeing this. I thought you were home. You said you weren't going anywhere. It's a snowstorm out here. Where the hell did you run off to, for God's sake? Did you look outside? Have you taken a look in front of the house? Can't you see the snow piled up on the front walkway? Apparently snow slid off the roof. I got a call from Mrs. Barkley next door. You know, the old lady next door, right? Well, she told me that there was a woman buried in the pile of snow. Must have approached the house and the snowpack slid off the roof or something. It was apparently a pretty large pack of snow. Luckily, Mrs. Barkley called the ambulance right away because nobody was home at our place. It took a while for the ambulance to get there, but she said she seemed okay as far as she could tell. As for me, I'm still at the office. We solved that system error problem, but all transportation has been delayed. I have no way to get home because of this snow. I have no idea where you are, so I'm just relaying all this information. Just so you're aware, I can't believe you're not home, Phil. Where'd you go, for crying out loud? Contact me as soon as you see this message. I just hope you're not in trouble or anything. To be honest, I'm worried sick. Phil, are you there? Where the hell are you? I can't seem to get a reply from you. Are you even seeing this? I'm not even sure if you got back home or not. I don't see an icon on screen indicating you're seeing this. Do you even have the thing turned on? Or is your battery just dead and you can't charge it? What's going on, Phil? You're scaring me. I need a reply ASAP. We need to talk about what to do about that woman who was injured in front of our house. She's at the hospital over in Richmond. We can't just ignore her. She was injured on our property. We could get sued. So contact me right away after you see this. You do realize that you're in a real precarious situation here. I hope you're aware of that, Phil.
What the hell is this, Melanie? What's with this message? Sending me crap like this? Is this some kind of gag you're pulling? What's up with this? Making up some far-fetched mumbo-jumbo about you being taken away by an ambulance? What's with this play act and exaggeration? This is not even funny at all, Melanie. And even involving Mrs. Barkley? She's just a little old lady, for God's sake. How could you get her involved in your little prank? It's like you're showcasing your frustration to everybody in this neighborhood. Aren't you in the least bit embarrassed by this dumb little charade? And where were you taken? You said Richmond. Are you talking about the big one on 5th Street? I don't really care, to be honest. I don't plan on visiting you there anyways. I mean, seriously, why would I after what you pulled?
Huh? Pardon me? What are you saying? I'm still at the company. I really can't get out of this right now. I'm not sure I can get home right now.
Hold on a second. Pardon me?
And what the hell are you blabbering about? Phil, I'm really busy right now. I thought I explained it all to you.
But you just messaged me about you getting buried in front of our house and that you were taken to the hospital. What was that all about then?
Phil, are you even reading that message properly? Did you just glance at it? Sure sounds like it.
Huh? Wait a second. You're telling me I read it all wrong? I'm pretty sure...
Just read it over one more time, would you please? And this time, slowly, so that you understand the entire situation.
What is this, Melanie? Some woman was hauled off to the hospital from our house? Are you serious? It says she got buried in snow in front of our house. Are you kidding me? What the hell happened?
Come on, Phil. You did that, didn't you?
Huh? Excuse me?
What was that crap you said to me? You read that message from me all wrong. You thought it was me that got buried in snow, and you didn't give a hoot about me. You weren't even going to visit me at the hospital. Are you serious, Phil? Your outburst is all on record, so there's no use refuting any of it. You meant what you said. There is no denying the fact.
Yeah, well, I just misinterpreted the message is all. I didn't mean it. I was upset. What can I say?
Oh, really? Sure seemed like you meant it. Like I said, the line messages are left on record. There is no disavowing it now. I could even print it out if I wanted to. You want me to do that? Oh, yeah, and I just got a call from the hospital. They were finally able to identify that woman that was taken there.
What?
They said her name was Deborah Sinclair. Ring any bells? I wonder why she was at our home. Delivering something, perhaps? Or maybe visiting someone?
Hold on a second. Did you just say Deborah Sinclair? I mean, just want to confirm, you know.
That's right. Sure sounds like it rings a bell with you, Phil. On the other hand, I have no recollection of such a person. Who is this Deborah Sinclair? You know her, right? Who is she, Phil?
I'm not sure. I thought it was you.
Yeah, and? You thought it was me, so what?
Forget what I said. It's nothing.
It's kind of late to be saying any of that anyways.
Pardon me?
Phil, do you know how much time has passed since this Deborah was taken to the hospital? It was a pretty frantic situation that unfolded over there. All the neighbors were out, the ambulance blaring down the street. A couple of cop cars even showed up. In such a situation, don't you think they did a little background check regarding the whole thing? The cops aren't stupid, you know.
What are you trying to say? Come right out and say it, Melanie. You got my undivided attention. Give it a go then.
All right, if that's the way you want it, Phil. I know all about your little affair, Phil. That Deborah, she's your hot little babe, am I right?
Wait, what? How do you...
And you were seeing two separate girls. Really, Phil? I didn't realize you were such a low-life scumbag.
Oh, wait a second. Why do you even know all this?
Okay, you seem completely bewildered, so let me explain the whole thing to you, Phil. Once you found out I wasn't able to come home last night because of the system troubles we had at the client's place and the fact that the traffic was all disrupted due to the snow, you immediately contacted both Deborah and this other girl you're seeing. But apparently Deborah wasn't able to make it, so you decided to spend the day with your other lover. How am I doing so far, Phil? Did I miss anything? What I think you probably did was you decided to go and pick this girl up somewhere because of the snow. That left the house temporarily empty. But because you're so absent-minded and don't really think things through, or maybe it was you because you were so excited to see your lover. I don't know. Well, in your haste, you left the door unlocked.
Huh? I'm pretty sure I...
Then unexpectedly, Deborah decided to show up at the house. Was she there to surprise you? Or maybe she thought it over and decided she wanted to see her lover boy? Not sure. I guess when she arrived to find the front door open, she figured you were working inside and went in without calling out to you or bothering to knock. After all, you did tell her I wasn't coming home that night because of the snow. She went straight to the kitchen and put on my blue apron, the one I asked you to throw in the washing machine. Then she started cooking dinner for you, as if she were your wife.
Wait, let me explain, Melanie.
Then you came waltzing in with your other lover like nothing happened. You took one look in the kitchen and saw a woman standing there with a bright blue apron. You immediately thought it was me and thought your little love affair was exposed. In your panic-stricken way, you grabbed the woman, who you thought was me, from the kitchen and pushed her out the back kitchen door and onto the snow. You didn't even bother to check if the woman was me.
Are you telling me that woman I tossed out was Debbie?
Yep, that was Deborah. But you seem to prefer Debbie. You guys figured you couldn't very well have your fun and games with the wife at home, so you guys immediately left the house and locked the door on your way out. I have no idea where you guys went, but you were definitely with this other woman of yours, right?
Well, we were... Hey, what happened to Debbie?
I heard that when you tossed her out the door, she fell off the porch and broke her ankle. Apparently you told her, thinking it was me, of course, to stay in the snow to cool off or something to that effect. Debbie managed to make her way to the front door, but it was locked. When she tried to leave the house, she fell off the front porch and couldn't get up due to the severe pain in her ankle. It was really starting to snow about that time, and she gradually got covered in snow, and to make things worse, the snow piled on the roof slid off and buried her even further. She tried calling out, but snow really insulates sound. Did you know that? As you probably know, when it snows like that, there are hardly any people walking around in that kind of weather. It was just by chance that Mrs. Barkley was able to find her. It seems her dog ran off and she was out looking for him and found him snuffing around in the pile of snow in our front yard. I don't want to think about what would have happened to her if she hadn't found her. Immediately, she called the ambulance and was taken away to the hospital. A neighbor also called the police because nobody recognized the girl as anybody from the neighborhood.
Oh, and how is she? I mean, is Debbie okay?
I was told it wasn't anything serious, just a broken ankle. She's recovering just fine, apparently.
Which hospital is she at? Where'd they take her?
Why do you want to know? Are you intending to go visit her? Visit your lover?
Huh? Well, I was just...
To be honest, I'm not at all concerned about your lover. I don't even know her. But to give out information about where she is hospitalized to the very person responsible for putting her in the hospital to begin with, that makes zero sense. So I'm sorry, Phil, I have no intention of telling you anything. Rather than worrying about your sweetheart, maybe you should start worrying about yourself.
Me? Why should I worry?
As I mentioned earlier, a neighbor contacted the police, and the whole thing kind of got a little more complicated.
What do you mean? How complicated?
Did you really think the police would just let this go? Don't you think they would have investigated this? A woman was injured, you know?
But the police. Why involve the police?
They cleared me of any wrongdoing, but I don't know what the situation is right now. I think they're still continuing the investigation.
Wait a second. What are you saying? That I may be in trouble? What's going to happen to me? What do they want from me?
Don't ask me.
How could you say that, Melanie? I'm your husband. How could you be so cold and unconcerned? This could be serious, you know? You're being way too unsympathetic, Melanie. Where's your compassion?
Am I hearing you right, Phil? You're asking me to give you compassion? Seriously? The guy who has 2 lovers? The guy who's been cheating on me for God knows how long?
Yeah, well, it doesn't change the fact that you're my wife and you have a responsibility, a duty to your husband.
Sorry, Phil, that's not going to cut it. Just so you're aware, I'm already talking to my lawyer about a divorce, so...
Huh? Wait, a divorce? You want to get divorced? And why talk to a lawyer? You're really blowing this thing way out of proportion, Melanie.
You don't seem to get the point, Phil. Like I said, you're the one with 2 lovers. You're the one that's been 2-timing me. I don't want to hear any crap from a jerk who's been screwing around behind my back. You got that, buddy?
Yeah, well, it was just a fling. You're my main, my true love, Melanie. You know, I was just stressed out with work and all.
Pardon me, I'm your main, huh? Well, that makes me feel so special, thanks.
Yeah, what I mean is, I picked you as my wife. You were the best of...
Best of the lot? Like selecting a used car or something? When are you going to get tired of that and get a new one? And by selecting, are you saying you were already going out with the other 2 girls even before we were married? Maybe there was more than 2.
No, of course not.
Sure sounds like it, Phil. You picked me out of the 3? I wonder why. Is it because I make more than them?
No, what I'm saying is...
I think I'm officially getting pissed off. Before I really go over the edge, maybe it would be better if we continued further discussions regarding this issue through our lawyers.
Like I said, this whole thing about lawyers is going way too far. Let's just talk face to face. I'm sure we can work it out between us.
This coming from the guy that's been screwing around behind my back? My pissed off meter just went up a notch. I wouldn't push it any further, mister.
But I was just trying to...
Please don't try anymore. You'll really regret it, Phil. I would advise against it.
Huh?
Okay, Phil, that's all I've got to say. Goodbye. Have a good life, Phil. I really was about to explode during that line exchange. Glad I cut it off in time. I talked to my lawyer after that and started the process of getting all the papers ready for the divorce. I'm so glad the lawyer will take care of the rest and not have to see Phil any more than I have to. I'm scared I may even give him a fat lip. About a week or so later, my lawyer was able to collect all of the evidence of his infidelity and came up with the amount we would be demanding from him. I was surprised that he got it all done in such a short period of time. The house we were living in was in Phil's name, so I was the one that had to move out. As for Phil, the 2 women eventually learned that he was secretly seeing the both of them. When they found out, you can imagine the furious reaction that must have ensued. Deborah, the girl that got thrown out of the house and ended up in the hospital, is apparently pressing charges against him. The other woman is also suing him for damages. Apparently, he promised her he would get divorced and marry her. Phil kept calling me and sending long, desperate messages online, so I finally changed my phone number and line address. I really can't thank my lawyer enough for moving quickly with all this before it got completely out of control.
Hey, Maria. On what day of next month is your expected day of delivery again?
Oh, hi, Bruno. It's on the 15th of next month.
Which means that even though there's a few days of uncertainty, it's about 3 weeks from now, right?
Judging by the fact that you're asking me this right now, can I take it to mean that you're going to take that paternity leave I was asking you to take earlier on?
Well, yeah. I have a right to paternity leave at my company, so I'm currently in the process of asking for one. Why wouldn't I take a leave from work if they're letting me take one?
That's good to hear. If that's the case, I can give birth to the baby without having to worry about anything else.
Huh? What are you talking about? I don't know what kind of misunderstanding you're making, but it's not like I'm taking a leave for your sake, alright?
Huh? Oh, I get it. You're taking a leave to take care of our baby, right?
Nope. I'm not taking a leave for the baby either.
What? Why are you going to take a leave then?
Why do I have to use a vacation I have a right to for the sake of other people? I mean, I haven't had a 2-month vacation ever since I graduated college. Why would I waste it on something like that?
What do you mean, other people? We're your wife and child. And besides, paternity leave is supposed to be used to help your wife take care of the baby, right? That's what it's meant for. It's not some sort of free vacation your company is giving you, so don't misuse it, all right?
Huh? I don't care about all that stuff. The company just says stuff like that for appearances. It's not like they watch what I'm doing outside of the office.
It's not for appearances. They're giving you a leave so you can help me take care of the baby.
I thought you would say something like that. You're too uptight, Maria. You see, I'm gonna divorce you, so there's no need for me to use my paternity leave on you and the baby. We'll be strangers by then.
What? You're divorcing me?
Yeah. The reason I took a leave is so that me and my girlfriend can go on a vacation.
Your girlfriend?
Yep. It's gonna be kind of our pre-marriage trip. I mean, I wouldn't be able to take a leave of 1 or 2 months if it wasn't for this paternity leave or whatever. I didn't divorce you until now, so I could take this paternity leave. I kind of have you to thank for making our vacation possible.
Hold on. What in the world are you talking about right now? You're going to divorce me and you're going to go on a pre-marriage trip with your girlfriend? Does this mean that you just admitted to me that you were cheating?
Well, yeah, I guess it does mean that. I'm gonna get married with my girlfriend, you see. I don't think I need to tell you this, but she's gonna move into this house once we get married. I don't need this child that you're gonna give birth to. I'm gonna divorce you anyways. So don't come home no matter what, even after you've given birth.
Since when have you been seeing this girlfriend of yours?
We've been going out for about half a year now.
Huh? Isn't that about the same time we found out that I was pregnant?
Yeah, it is. I mean, ever since you became pregnant, you've been ignoring me for some reason, so I decided to find another woman.
Of course I couldn't spend as much time on you. I was pregnant. And besides, that's not an excuse to cheat on me.
Shut up. Don't tell me what to do. I mean, I also don't like how you're using being pregnant as an excuse to stop caring about your body. It's kind of turned me off, you know?
You're sick, Bruno. To think that you would say something like that to a pregnant woman.
What? Don't start acting all sensitive on me. It just makes you look more pathetic than you already are.
I've heard of husbands that cheat on their wives while they're pregnant, but never did I think that you would be one of them. Not only that, but you're using your paternity leave to go on a vacation with your girlfriend? You're a failure as a man, as a husband, as a father. And most importantly, you're a failure of a human. You disgust me, Bruno.
What did you just say to me? So what if I lost interest in you?
We'll talk about getting divorced after I give birth to this baby. I'm not going to let you off lightly for cheating on me like this, you know, so you better prepare yourself.
Huh? Take back what you said to me right now! This is your fault because you suddenly started ignoring me, you know? I knew it was only gonna get worse when you actually gave birth to the baby. Which is why I gave up on you. I'm not about to be treated like some sort of walking ATM.
I'm not going to take back what I said to you. Goodbye.
Get back here, Maria! I still have some things I want to say!
Good morning, sister. Can you talk right now? Hi, Maria. Good morning. It's less than 1 month until you're supposed to give birth to the baby now, right? How are you feeling? Yeah, I'm fine, I guess. There's nothing wrong with my body, but I think I have a problem with my husband. What? Bruno? Did something happen between you two? Yeah, you could say that. You see, he's been cheating on me for the past 6 months. What? Yeah, he told me about it himself yesterday. Not only that, but he says he's going to divorce me and has zero intention of helping me take care of the baby. Yet he still applied for paternity leave at his company. Huh? Apparently he's going to use the paternity leave to go on an onsen vacation with this girlfriend of his. What? That's so messed up. Tell me about it. But it hasn't even been 24 hours since I found out about it myself, so I don't even know who he's cheating on me with yet. Oh, so that's why you contacted me. You want me to ask my husband's friend, who works at the same company as your husband, to do some investigation for you, right? Yeah, I'm really sorry I have to ask this favor of you, but I'm about to give birth and I can't really take any bold actions myself. Please, I need your husband's help for this. All right, I'll tell him about the situation. Oh, that reminds me. During your conversation when he told you that he was cheating on you, did he give you any hints as to who it might be? No, I don't have any clue as to who it might be yet. Why don't I just send you screenshots of the conversation we had by text yesterday? To be honest, that's really all the information I have right now. Okay, just send it to me then. Understood. I know this is probably going to be a hassle for you guys, but I'm counting on it. Yep, you can count on us. Oh, and Maria? What? Don't forget that I'm on your side no matter what, all right? You don't need to keep it all to yourself. You can always tell me if something's troubling you, all right? Yep, thanks, Tosca. I don't know what I would have done without you. Hi, Maria. Congratulations on giving birth to the baby. Thanks, Tosca. He was born 2 days ago, right? I heard that it was a bit earlier than expected, but did everything go all right? Yep, it was all good in the end. It was a bit difficult, but the two of us are completely healthy. Is that so? I'm glad to hear that. I was a bit worried about you since I thought that you might be stressed about the incident with your husband. Sorry for worrying you. That reminds me, how's the investigation on your side going? We've been gathering evidence little by little. We've already told his company about how he plans on using his paid paternity leave to go on a vacation instead of taking care of his baby. Is that so? Thanks again for agreeing to help me. That's not all, though. About the woman your husband has been seeing these past few months. She's a part-time worker at your husband's company. And not only that, but this is going to be a bit of a long story, so I'll call you on the phone. You just gave birth as well, so staring at a screen for long periods of time and typing is probably going to tire you out, right? Yeah, I think it would be better if you told me about it on the phone instead. All right. I'll call you from the landline in our house. All right, I'll be waiting.
Hey, Maria! Why didn't you tell me that you've already given birth? It's a huge hassle, but I need you to tell the company about it for the paternity leave, you know? Just because we're gonna get divorced soon doesn't mean you cannot just tell me about stuff like this anymore. It's gonna be inconvenient for me. Well, I guess I'll thank you for giving birth before me and my girlfriend go on our pre-marriage trip. You see, I didn't want to be reminded about you while we're on our vacation.
Oh, so you think that you're still going to be able to go on this vacation of yours despite the situation you're in?
Huh? What in the world are you talking about? What do you mean the situation I'm in? I mean, things are going well between me and my girlfriend, so I don't see any reason why we wouldn't go on our vacation.
Is that so? Things are going well, huh?
Huh? What's with that response? Are you jealous or something?
But I'm currently with your girlfriend right now, and according to her, things aren't going as good as you think they are.
Huh? What do you mean you're currently with my girlfriend?
Her name is Emma, right? She's 20 years old and goes to a junior college. She also works part-time at your office.
What? How'd you know about that?
Like I already told you, she's right next to me because she came to our house today. I also asked one of my sister's husband's friends who works at your office to do some investigation.
Huh? Why is she at your house?
She came to give me an apology.
An apology?
Yes. Bruno, apparently you've been going out with her while keeping the fact that you're already married a secret? You see, when you suddenly told Emma that you two should go on a 1-month onsen vacation, she became a bit confused and found it strange that a full-time employee at a company would be able to take a leave for that long. Besides, it's currently in the middle of a semester for Emma at her junior college, so she can't just go on a 1-month vacation. She needed to focus on her studies, you see. On top of all that, you suddenly told her that you had prepared a new house for the two of you to live in once you got married. And that's when she finally lost it and panicked, unable to follow your crazy fancies. That's when she was called to the meeting room by her boss yesterday. She says that she was asked whether she's been going out with you knowing that he was already married or not.
She was called on by her manager?
Yes. This means that an investigation of you is currently underway at your office.
Stop lying! There's no way the company would mess in the private affairs of its employees. It's none of their business who I'm gonna go out with.
It's a problem of compliance. I mean, even your company has to do something about it when they find out that one of their employees has been going out with a part-time worker who's currently in college, lying to her about how he wasn't married.
What?
Not only that, but you were planning on taking advantage of the paternity leave your company was going to give you and use it to go on vacation instead, weren't you?
Huh? What do you mean, taking advantage? Like I already said, it's none of their business how I use my paid leave.
But actually it is their business. They gave you a paternity leave so that you can help me take care of our new baby. Not so you can go on vacation with your girlfriend or whatever. Not only did I already show them the conversation we had by text when you first told me about it, but they've already checked that you've bought tickets for a bullet train. On top of all that, Emma herself is a witness to what you were trying to do.
Seriously?
Oh, by the way, apparently Emma is the daughter of the CEO of one of your company's business partners.
What? She never told me about that.
Well, it looks like she had a secret of her own, although hers was a lot less evil than yours. She said herself that the reason she chose this part-time job was unrelated to her father being the CEO of this company's business partner. But Emma's father, the CEO, on the other hand, was furious when he heard about what you had done to his daughter. Apparently, he's telling your company that as long as there are employees like you who completely lack any sense of morality working for them, he isn't going to do business with them.
What? But doesn't that mean that I'm about to be fired?
Yes, probably. I think it would be best for you to think carefully about the situation you're currently in.
Does this mean that I'm screwed or something? Hey, what in the world is the meaning of this? What do you mean you're gonna make me pay an alimony on top of child support?
What is it, Bruno?
What? The fact that you're asking me to pay you all this stuff means that you intend on getting divorced from me, right?
Huh? Are you seriously saying that right now? You're the one who said you were going to divorce me, right?
But Emma broke up with me and I'm no longer seeing her. There's no reason to get divorced now, is there?
What are you talking about, Bruno? Not only did you betray your wife while she was pregnant, but you also tried to trick a college student who is barely an adult into marrying you. There's no way I'm having someone like that around my baby. You'd be a terrible influence. Getting divorced is the only option for me.
Yeah, but do you seriously want to get divorced with me? The husband is the pillar of the family, you know?
Don't make me laugh, Bruno. Aren't you currently unemployed? What do you mean, the pillar of the family? You don't want to get divorced with me because then you wouldn't be able to rely on my salary anymore, right?
No, that's not why I don't want to get divorced with you at all.
I mean, I do intend on getting back to work once my maternity leave is over. I did always earn more money than you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Of course, there's no point in talking about this even, because not getting divorced is not an option. I don't trust you anymore, so I'm going to make you pay for the alimony and child support up front.
Damn it! But if you do that, not only will I lose all my savings, but I'll be riddled with debt. I don't want to get divorced with you, Maria.
Well, that was that, and I got divorced with Bruno immediately after I gave birth. The company I work at is kind to people who have to take care of their babies, so there hasn't really been any problems with my work so far. Of course, I received the alimony and child support money from Bruno as well, which is why I was able to go on with my life without having to worry too much about the future. A few weeks after this, Emma, the college student Bruno tricked into believing that he wasn't married, also made him pay her an alimony. The bank was literally not allowing Bruno to take on any more debt, and so his mother, who's an entrepreneur, paid for this one in his stead. In return for that, he was removed from the will and no longer has any right to his parents' money once they pass away. I can imagine that this must have been quite the blow for Bruno, who was always careless with money because he expected to receive a huge amount of cash once his parents passed away. An acquaintance of mine who passed him by on the street a few days ago said that he reeked of body odor. And all I could do was laugh dryly at the thought that he must be having such a tough time that he can't even take a shower.